Okay. Um, Now, I'm gonna be answering another question from the downline, from my downline. Um, I want to talk about solo ad traffic for beginners. Beginners, not just in GDI, but beginners in internet marketing generally. Um, Most of us, including myself, we are all beginners. I may have gone through a lot of trial and error over the years, but until I started finding recent success, I still see myself as a beginner. Um, when beginners hear of solo ad, what comes to their mind first is paid traffic. And it's true in a way. Yeah, it is paid traffic. So beginners don't usually like paid traffic. Why? They prefer free traffic. Some other of my past videos, you will go and see some nice ways of doing free traffic that may help your business. Um, just subscribe to my YouTube channel and also check back my old videos, and then you see a topic on promoting that I spoke a lot about free traffic, how you go about it, how you generate leads and sales. So if you so much on free traffic, you made up your mind, you're not changing your mind, it must be free, it must be free, go there. And sometimes I don't blame the beginners, right? I don't blame us beginners for choosing free. Usually, nobody. The problem with beginners is that they don't want to take risk, which is okay. When I started, I too was behaving like that. I didn't want to take risk. You go into a program, you get a product online and you want to market it, and you don't know that you make any sales. That's a risk, right? So why pumping so much money into something you're not going to make any money from? So don't blame anybody. So I don't blame anybody who feel they don't want to take that risk. Yeah, another thing is really true. They're not sure they'll make any money, right? Once the mind is like that, so what they want to do is like, okay, let's find a way of promoting this thing free and see if we make any money or sales. So if they start making any sales, then they want to, then they can have confidence and want to move in and say, okay, maybe we'll go for paid traffic. But what I would say again is, if you understand email marketing, that's a little bit short-sighted thinking, right? Because if you know email marketing, you will be able to take the risk and go into paid marketing and do solo ads. So, but if you're still scared, there are different ways of doing free. And as I told you, my past video covered it. But the most trusted way was Facebook. Either you do two things. I said it the other time. Either you do two things. Either you post on groups that are for make money online groups, or you make a video on Facebook, and try and explain your programs, attract people into your video. If you can get enough traffic coming into your video, then you will be able to start getting some good leads. But there's a disadvantage, clearly. A disadvantage in this business when you go free. The disadvantage is it's very slow, very tasking. That's the disadvantage. And it's frustrating, right? It's really frustrating when you go free. But sometimes it works. I've heard of some guys that are so good with free, they really almost outnumber uh, some of us who are in the paid area. They make a lot of money from it. So some people do that, but it's really slow. It's really frustrating for a beginner. Beginners free is to me, free is worse than paid. because you don't know how to do it, right? You need to really be good at getting free leads, getting leads for free, or getting sign-ups, or getting people to buy into your product for free. So that's another thing. And you know, because beginners are always scared, so that's why you needed to join cheap a program that seems to be cheap, like GDI. Why I say it's sim is cheap, but why I say it's sim, you buy hosting and website and hosting and domain with 10 emails for just $10. That makes it extremely cheap. Now, and then you make commission of between 10% to 50%. Why I say 10 to 50 is a 5 level. You make $1 for every $10 sales. That's 10%, but you get it for 5 levels down. So at 5 level, that makes it 50% of that product. But again, beyond that, GDI has a 5 level matrix that allows you, when you have when you get 5 signups, that is 5 people that buy website and hosting from you, and those people decide to promote that product also, you are likely to make, if you get 5, a probability of making about over $3,000. That's about, $3,000 on your downline. That's about 3,000. So each sign up to you is actually worth about $600. So when you look at that you now know why I say you are short-sighted when you start considering trying to market this thing slowly. Because eventually you get frustrated and you leave. But when you realize that each sign up is actually worth $600, that will change the way you want to market your product. That will change the way you want to do the business, right? So and I also want to say, when you do solo ad is not usually about the product and your sales. Beginners, like I say, look at short term. They want to quickly, and you don't blame anybody, because most of the time you look at the advertisement out there. The advertisement always tell you are going to make a lot of money within a very short time and become rich within a short time. And this marketing is just a gimmick to get you close by, to get you into the product. Actually, the truth is, you don't make the money within a very short time. If you are going to make that kind of money within a short time, let me tell you, are really going to spend so much money in advertising. And then you also need to have skill. You have to spend the money in advertising, and also have the skill to do email marketing or whatever advertisement strategy you want to use, maybe Facebook ad, or you want to use Bing ad, or you want to use Google AdWords. So that will really make you spend a lot of money, and that is what beginners are not for. Totally. No beginner want to spend that kind of money. So the only problem beginners have is they don't want to spend that kind of money, but they don't want to have the patience to do the business. So those are the two problems. So you have to cure those two problems. You have to look in the long term, not short. You have to look beyond the profit. So then that will make it easy for you to now see which strategy is the best for you. And to me, if you are going to look in the long term, if you are going to learn how to do email marketing, solo ad is number 1. Solo ad is the best for you. And so you have to know a lot about email marketing. You have to learn it. It's not difficult anyway. There's nothing to it. It's just about an autoresponder, joining your link to the autoresponder, getting emails to send out. That is really all. But those are the things you really need to get about. You really need to know about email marketing. You need to learn that. So why is solo hard? Why is solo hard? Why should beginners use solo hard? Well, these are the reasons. Because you are a beginner and you want to see quick success in your business. So what do you really go? Why solo hard is so unique is that it is, to me, not just to me, I think it is completely the fastest traffic source out there. You want to go in, you need traffic. It's the fastest. It's the on-demand traffic. You just like, okay, Mr. A traffic solo at the vendor. I want to buy 100 clicks. This is my $40. I want it in 24 hours. I want it in 48 hours. And in that 48 hours, boom, they load you with clicks. You just see clicks, and if you are using email marketing, which you must, to me, is a waste of time spending money on solo ad if you are not doing email marketing. So you have to use autoresponder. So by then you just see a lot of leads come into your system that you can now work on for them to become buyers. So another thing that makes solo ad stand out is that the traffic is abundant. So make money, especially on make money online, the traffic is abundant. Make money online area of business, the traffic is abundant because they've been trying to do this for more than 30 years. So there are a lot of people who have the knowledge, a lot of people who have the capacity and the number of leads, to sell to you. So many people are into it because a lot of people come in, they may not have the patience to go through building their list and working on their list to buy products. So what they now do is to just sell the traffic. Right? If you have over 30,000 people in your lead, 30,000 leads, you could just decide, okay, I'm no more doing, I'm no more buying and selling products. What am I going to do? I'm going to start selling leads, and you start selling clicks, and that's it. And we have so many people that have decided to do that. So there are so many. So the traffic source is just abundant. Then it is cheap. It's really cheap. Yeah, people run away from it, but when you look at it, it's cheap. Initially, when I was scared of it, it was in those days they sell it for $90 for 100 clicks. And 100 clicks, maybe you get 25 leads, and maybe if you are lucky, you get one purchase, right? And you find, and at $90, that is steep. Some people still sell it at that rate. I've seen that. Some people still sell $1 per click. Some people still do till now. But there are now so many solo ad vendors that you get cheap click. Like I get click as low as $30 for 100 clicks. That's 30 cents per click. So that's how low it has come, and that it makes it possible for you to buy. Like sometimes I will just demand for 300 clicks, 400 clicks, because it's cheap. Imagine if it has been like $1 per click. That's a lot compared to 30 cents. There was even one guy that sells 28 cents. So it's really cheap and it's available. We have different vendors, right? We have like the one I personally use is Udemy.com. I always like Udemy because it's more organized. You know when they are going to give you leads. You know when which countries the leads are coming from. You know all those information. And if they are not able to meet their target, Udemy quickly returns your money to you. So that makes it credible. So I like that because I've tried others. Sometimes some people don't even give you anything. They just ignore you. You keep sending them email, especially all these guys that we just pick from random websites, right, where you don't even have anywhere to go and complain from. So you should. So that's why I like Udemy. It makes it fast, it's efficient, it's straight, it just does all the job for me. It's a very good place to buy solo ads. Then, of course, you could buy solo ads from Facebook also. Yeah, there's Facebook, there's solo ad testimonial group. You go and read about the person and then find out if it's credible. Then you can buy solo ad. So it's abundant and it's cheap. That is why I call it the easiest. You people use it to even test products. Maybe you have a product you want to sell and you want to test it. You just buy solo ad. I do that a lot. You just go, okay, this product now, how do I do it? All right, I just take $30, 100 click and buy, and let's see. And if you start making sense, that was what kept me in GDI, right? When I saw GDI, I felt, wow, I like this product. One, it's so cheap, $10. That's the money I can throw away. Then that means there's no risk as per the product because it's so cheap. Then I now said, okay, what do we do? I'm going to throw traffic on it. I put some solo ad traffic, bam, and then I got signups. I got leads, not only leads, I got signups. I was like, wow, that is good. So that's how I got into GDI, because it was an easy product to sell. It was cheap. So, and people easily say, okay, let's test it. And they come into GDI. What they don't understand, what many of them may not grab is the value. I used to try to explain the value. All of them just assume it's $1. And they don't know that each sign up is not just $1. That sign up has the probability of any use $600. So that's why I always state that, so that anybody who is interested should look from that perception. That makes it very easy for that person to understand the business and promote the business. And usually businesses like that is good because it becomes like a school ground where you learn real internet marketing. Because if in case, like I'm hoping I could, like my lead is almost about 5,000 right now on my autoresponder, and I need it to grow up to 60,000 or 80,000 or even 100,000. So I'm working on that, because if you don't have a large number of leads, you will not have a large number of traffic coming in from your own autoresponder, because that is what you are doing too. You are building an audience. So when you have a product, you send it into your own list. Your list is enough. You don't even have to buy solo ad. Let's say you have 100,000, you may not even buy solo ad anymore because you alone, you are a solo ad vendor. So it makes it easy for you to market your own product. So the business is all about growing your list. It's not about the product. You can market any product. You can market any product. That is the power of using an autoresponder. You just want to gather leads. Like, I don't usually care about the number of people that buy product from me or the number of sign-ups I get. I always worry about the number of leads, because if I get more leads, I will definitely get sign-ups. So I keep on trying to increase the number of leads, because it becomes a probability thing. When 1% is buying, when you have 1% click-through rate, you need to have a large number of people. If your autoresponder, if you notice, is about 1% click-through rate. Some people do better, some people do worse, but mostly the range is 1%. So when 1% want to click through, you want to make sure that you have a large number of people. If you have like 10,000, you're talking about just about 100 clicks. The good thing is that 100 clicks, every day you send a mail, but that's not much. So if you want 200 clicks, you're talking of 20,000. 300 clicks, 30,000. So you can imagine what it is when it's now 100,000 leads on your autoresponder. So that's almost 1,000 clicks. And that's how you continue to increase. So you need to continue to build your leads. And that should be the first thing in your mind. And the best way, solo ads. You have a budget every month. You send out the traffic and you build the list. Then you start working on the list. Now, what is so unique about solo ad? Why do I call it the best for beginners? Simple. You are dealing, you are how do I put the word now? You are using the credibility of the seller. Okay, let's look at it. I have a GDI link, right? Many people don't know me, right? I'm like a beginner, right? So many people don't know me. If I throw my link around, many people will not click on it, right? Okay, so how do I get people to sign up to my program, to GDI, through me? Simple. I get out of the way. That's what solo ad means. You just go away, get out of the way. I give the link to the solo ad vendor. He has maybe about 40 or 50 or 100,000 leads. Those leads know him. They've been seeing his emails. So I give to him, this is my program, this is my link. So what does he do? He emails to his link, to all his leads. Most of the time, they assume, oh, if he likes this program, maybe if he's such a credible person, they'll say, oh, if he likes this program, that program has to be good. And you can get a lot of sign-up based on his credibility. There was a time one of these solo ad vendors did, I think it was just 100 clicks. Yeah, usually I like buying 100 clicks. It's now I started increasing to 200, 300, 400 clicks. Usually I buy 100 clicks. That's what I do. So he sent out the traffic to my link on his solo ad platform. I got around 3 sign-ups, not just leads. Now, I got 3 sign-ups throughout the day as he's sending the traffic. Why? Because of his credibility, not mine. They have to now come into my own autoresponder, and it's now my duty to try and see if I can get them to like me. On his own credibility, those guys signed up. That's why I like, when I buy solo ad, I like using so many vendors, different vendors. What am I looking for? Whether they too have credibility. Because once their credibility is good to their list, you will get a lot of sign-up from that. You know? So that's how that works. So we are depending on their own credibility for us to say, because we are beginners. Nobody knows us. But they know them. Imagine if you are lucky to get somebody that a solo ad vendor that actually sells high ticket programs of maybe $500, $1,000, and then you have a $200 or even $500 program that you are marketing. You could get a sale, and it pays off for all your leads that you buy, right? All this. So sometimes that is the beauty of it. It doesn't happen that way. I must tell you, don't look out for that. That this time you buy, you get sign-ups, you get paid, people buying all your product. No, what you get is the leads. When you get the leads, you are now able to market to those leads through email. So you could send them email every day. Like I like sending email out every day. And I found out most internet marketers don't do the same thing. So you send that email every day. And that will make your lead to know, who is this guy always emailing me? One. I don't like him, so I'm out. Oh, he sends those nice information. I like him, so I'm in. So that's how it works, right? And when you use email marketing, you notice a lot of people will not like your product. Some people will not like your product, not a lot. Some will not like your product, so they will sign out. Some will stay. So you have to get used to your mindset that you get a lot of people signing out when you send email. I used to be worried initially when you send out email from your autoresponder and you get like some people like up to 5, 6 just decide to unsubscribe. I used to say, that scares you don't want to send another email. So it was when I go through some lectures of all these top guys, and I found out that in fact the number of people who were subscribing for me were not even much. On their list, they virtually have 50 people unsubscribing at the same time. I now understood that, oh, that's the business. It doesn't really matter. People will unsubscribe. So you just like get used to that and don't bother yourself. So don't worry that why are people unsubscribing? Is it that I'm bad? You're not bad. That's the nature of the thing. People will leave. They always do that generally. You are only to continue to build your list. You don't worry about those that are leaving. Now, when you are going with solo ad, you must get an autoresponder. It's extremely important. I use different autoresponders. I use Aweber. Some other people use GetResponse. Some MailChimp. I heard that MailChimp doesn't like affiliate marketing a lot. I don't know. I've not used MailChimp. And I also, most of the time, I prefer using Power Lead System as my autoresponder. Now, why Power Lead System? Is it that it's better than Aweber or GetResponse? No, because I use 2 of them, so it's not better. But there's something unique. You want, as a businessman, you want to make as much money as you can make as you go along, because you don't want a situation where you want to open up opportunities, right? Now, you now ask, does Aweber and GetResponse don't have affiliate programs? They do. But they don't have compensation plans. That means when you sell once, they pay you something. And that's all. That's the end. So, but what does Power Lead has a compensation plan, monthly compensation plan, because all autoresponder, you pay for them monthly. Power Leads have a monthly compensation plan that pays you if some other person buys the Power Lead system through you. Power Leads pay you $20 monthly as long as that person keep using the autoresponder. Then the second thing why I like Power Lead system is they have beautiful super capture pages. You need to see the capture page. They are all animated, super. So they have lovely capture pages that's very attractive to the eye. GetResponse and Aweber, you have to create your own capture page within them, and it's not usually beautiful, right? I use them, so I know it's not as lovely as Power Lead is really. Their capture page are those ones you actually see most of the time on the sites that you go, and they are really beautiful. So they have that. And then the second thing, they store your email. Aweber, the more email you store, the more you keep paying, right? So they charge you per email. Power Lead system, you can store 1 million. They don't care. They just store your email for you. Maybe even 1 million, they'll store it. So that's why I love it. They can store as many email as you want. So that's why I use Power Leads system to promote my GDI program. So those are the kind of things you consider, especially as a beginner. You want to make money as you go along. You know, like initially I still have a budget for solo art. But as I continue to make sales, the business now start running itself, because now the money I made from GDI use it to buy solo ads. That's what I do. I don't touch it. I keep using it to buy solo ads. So it becomes automatic. So I would see myself as being profitable when I start getting maybe like $4,000, $5,000. Once it's below that, I'm going to be using the money to build the business, which is email marketing. And once you have the leads, you don't just promote GDI. You promote all of them. You can promote ClickBank products, JVZoo products, right? You just promote all. You promote PowerLead system. You just promote as many of the programs, because what you don't know, maybe you have like 1,000 people on your list, maybe like 5,000, maybe 10,000. You don't actually know what each one wants to buy. Nobody knows it. Forget what all these great guys are saying. Nobody knows what the person on your list prefer the most. All you know is that you've marketed GDI and they didn't buy. They didn't sign up to your GDI. That's all you know. But you don't know whether they prefer PowerLead system. That was what I found out. When I market GDI to some of them, some will not buy. They've been on the list, but they didn't buy. The day I send the PowerLead system to them, they start buying. I start making $20 on each of them, right? Sometimes it's when I send some product from ClickBank. That's the one they prefer. Sometimes JVZoo, that's the one they prefer. So you don't know. We don't know who are these people on our list. We only have their emails. And as a beginner, you don't have that skill to do segment. I don't even do segmentation. It's important, but it's important. We call it advanced. To segment your list is an advanced skill. As a beginner, get the list. Market to the list. Make as much as you can make as a beginner. So when you start making a lot of money and you can be relaxed to really spend money, then you can learn segmentation. That's when I will start learning my own segmentation. Now, that's not my interest. My interest is to build that list. If I can build it to 50,000, then I want to build it to 50,000. When I start making a lot of money from the list, then I start segmenting. So I would not encourage you to run into, because I know many of you get a lot of YouTube videos and you understand these terms. Don't do complex things as beginners. Don't do complex things. All you needed to do, you have the GDI program. That's one thing I love. GDI is a company that has been around since 1999. Global Domains International. That's their full name. They have the .ws website. This company has been around since 1999 and has made a lot of millionaires out of affiliate marketers. Now, a lot of people will say, why should I promote GDI and buy their domain and website? Why not promote GoDaddy? Why not promote, what's the name of the HostGator? You can promote them, but this is the difference. HostGator, GoDaddy, the affiliate program allows you to just in once. So that means you get to, each time you want, you get to get new buyers. What GDI does, GDI one has a low entry level. It's just $10. So you enter easily. That's one. So you easily get buyers. But secondly, GDI pays you 5 level dips. So that means that every month, and then apart from that, every time the person keeps their website, GDI keeps on paying you. So if you have, like I in my last video, I said I had a website that is almost 15 years now. old, and I've been paying for the hosting and the domain for 15 years. Imagine if it has been a GDI website. That means that the person that sold it to me has been earning money from it for 15 years. But since it is a GoDaddy or a HostGator, you will not get anything. So that's one. You don't get any recurring monthly income from those programs. But GDI pays you recurring monthly income. One. And then GDI also have this 5-level matrix system. That means everybody who keeps on buying who buys from you and from the people that you sold to down to 5 level, you keep earning. So that's why even though it's a $1 commission, if you have 5 people that have bought website through you and they are promoting, that's why you need to train them to promote. 2 things you need to do when you have GDI. You need to train them to promote the product. So if they are promoting the product, for 5 people alone, you are worth $3,000. That means because you get a $3,000 on your downline, and you can extend that laterally for as many. You can continue to increase. That's what I keep doing. Continue to get a large number of people into my direct downline. So the number continue to increase from 3,000 to 10,000, from 20,000, and each of them is $1. So that means if you get to a point where you have over 30,000 people promoting on your downline, you are making nothing less than $30,000 per month. You get that? That is why GDI is such a super program, because you keep earning every month. I keep watching my income grow. It's like month by month, it just keeps growing and growing. So, and that's why I am so confident that by the end of the year, I'm supposed to be earning every month nothing less than $5,000. And that will continue like that so that I get to like 10, 20,000, 30,000. Because it's simple. The product is cheap. It's just $10. I don't lose anything. The email marketing and the list I'm building is not just for GDI. So you see, I'm virtually not losing nothing. Because when you build your email list, it's not just for GDI. You are building it for any program. Because let's face it. Any of these companies can go away tomorrow. Right? They can go away. They may have an issue, a problem. Thank God GDI is debt-free. But we don't know what problem can rise up tomorrow, right? And these programs can go away. So that's why you don't want to depend on a product. That's why you don't want to depend on any product at all. You just want to build your list. The only thing GDI makes it easy for you to build your list and earn fast as a beginner. Because most of the time, for your list to actually make you money, you need to have like 10,000 people on your list before you really appreciate money making. Because then that's the only time you get like 100 clicks, and you can expect like one person to buy, right? So with 10,000, I get maybe one person per day buying. So you can see how the maths work. So low. So you have to continue to increase your number. So that's why GDI is good for beginners, because as a beginner you cannot have 10,000 lists. But you may have, like if you buy a solo ad today, on your email responder, you're going to get 25 people. And from that 25 people, you could get one person. And if that continues, then you could get 5 people. And those ones start promoting. You start earning $20 a month. You already paid for your GDI. So you see, that's why it's a very good investment, because you already paid for your GDI. By the time you have like 5 people on your direct downline, because the thing will just spread. You've already earned $20. By the next month, you've already earned $100. The next month, you've already gone to $200, $300, and that's how it keeps going. So you would have been able to pay for your GDI program, pay for your autoresponder. You see, and that's it. And then you keep on making more profit. So you keep on being able to pay off all your solo ad investments. And that's how it's supposed to look like. That's how you're supposed to think about it. That's why I like GDI, because GDI is a low entry level. GDI helps you to earn very fast, and it increases straight. And then it's like a monthly residual income. Really monthly residual. I've never seen anything like GDI. You just keep getting money every month. Whether it's $100, whether it's $1,000, whether it's more, 5,000 or more. You just keep getting, and it keep growing. Because for you to have even earned 100, the people that should be under your list should be far, far more than what you've earned. Don't forget, many people fall away. So more people, as your downline keep promoting, they increase. And then you should encourage those of us in GDI, those of you in GDI, encourage your lead, your downline, to use the website. GDI has a blog already set up for you. You know, like those of us that promote the video link, right? We cannot use the domain anymore because we're using it to promote, right? But there is already a blog set up by GDI on your domain. Start using the blog. That's a website. Because imagine, we are selling websites. If we are not using it, most of us only use the affiliate link. If you do not use the website, if you do not use your own website, if you are not using your website, how can you sell to somebody else? If he asks you where's your own website, you cannot open it. You only have affiliate links. That's wrong. If there is a blog, we should use it. Take it to promote GDI. There's a blog already. You already, the money you paid, the $10 has a blog for you, free. That's your website. So if somebody asks you where's your website, you can show them your blog. Show them what you're doing. The blog, you can use it for anything. Right? You can use it to promote GDI. You can use it to promote any product. It's your blog. You pay for it. You can use it to post picture album. In fact, there's a gallery in GDI. You can fill it up with your picture albums. And anybody come, you can show them. And when they see your own website, that may attract them to want to have their own website. And that makes it easy for them to buy GDI. To buy GDI hosting and for that cost. $10. So cheap. $10. Even somebody in the third world, anywhere can afford $10. So, that's what we need to do. So, very soon it's going to be a wrap. I've spoken to you. I've let you see why solo ad is the best. It's the fastest. It's the most abundant traffic. It's the cheapest traffic. You can go for free, but free is not as fast. It's not as abundant because it's free. So it's not abundant. The free things, they just peck it at you. But when you pay, you get service. That is paid. And that's where solo ad comes in. And it's cheap. To me, it's cheap. $40 for 100 clicks, that's 40 cents. And once you are building your list, you don't even care about that. You only care about the number of leads that you get into your list. Not the number of sales at that time. The sales will come. It always comes. Sometimes I just sit down and sales just keep coming. I'm sitting down today, sales come. Because that's how it is. And that's the beauty of GDI. Because I may be resting in North America. Somebody who is in my list in Europe may be working. And you are just sleeping and the money keep building up. That's why I love GDI. Because your downline, once they are working, you too will be earning. It's such a beautiful program. So, I'm going to be making more videos. So, if you like this, please subscribe. Like me on YouTube and subscribe. And then you can click on the notification. And anytime I create a new video, you get it. Somehow my videos are long, right? Because I like trying to explain deep into what I'm doing. Try and listen and Try and learn. And if you have questions, do not hesitate to email me. Do not hesitate, and then we could talk about it. We could rub our minds and see how we could get you on your feet and fast. Right? So, guys, thank you very much. This is a wrap. Bye.